your nail in. Very little bit.
Oh yeah,
Sideways.
definitely.
There you go.
Dang. I never knew that the Wichos used beeswax for all of this stuff.
Tomorrow you're gonna learn something new.
Oh,
every day you will. You know? But yeah. It's a lot of work.
Oh, it's gotta be.
Yeah. Check this baby out.
Yo, the rhino. That's stunning.
Mm-hmm. How you doing?
Hours and hours of work. Is it gripping that thing?
Yeah. I wouldn't use it as a bowling ball. It's pretty tough.
I wonder what kind of plant medicine that they use over there. You think it's like San Pedro ayahuasca or something?
Probably. Maybe in some like strip peyote.
I love the Wicho artwork.
Check it out. Yeah, it might be a little warm, okay? Wicho art.
Where are the Wicho in Mexico at?
They are in the Sierra Madre Mountains. If Nayarit and Jalisco go up, you know, bam, they meet up there.
Oh wow. You think it's high elevation over there?
Definitely. I think it's 12,000.
Woo!
No, I'm lying. 12,000. Monte Limon. See? About 10.
Oh wow.
10-ish.
Oh boy. A few Coronas will get you messed up over there, huh?
Yeah.
Coronas.
Yeah.
The elevation is brutal. What do you think Denver is? It's like 4,000 or something?
Yeah, it's a mile.
It's a mile, so what is it?
It's like 3,000 feet.
In Denver here, I think it's...
I live in Tucson. We're talking about elevation. I'm at 40.
Yeah.
This thing's still...
Oh yeah.
This has to be at least...
Is that what a mile is?
I have no idea. I think a mile's 14,
I
right?
grew up in Summit County.
Guess what? We're learning something now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
5,280 feet.
Oh, nice. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
5280.
I was close.
See, Taos is like between 6,000 and 7,000 depending on what part you're in.
Hello.
actually higher
How you guys
elevation.
doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing
Beautiful
great.
Jalisco opals. I have a book that Lynn gave me from the 60s, and it talks about how you could stop in Jalisco and get a jar for $2 maybe. And now, you know, it's skyrocketed compared, but sometimes they say folks will take the best ones and wiggle them onto the outside. But I've always had fun carving these for sure. It's always better to just take your time, and sometimes the folks will even, like if they know you're serious, they'll let you dump them out and make your own jar.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, definitely.
But a lot of opals that are in water, they kind of don't want to cut, because when they dehydrate, they craze a lot, and it looks like cracks. Even though it is stable enough to cut, it'll craze a bunch.
So it looks like it's all cracked.
And you can use all kinds of like water glass, cactus juice to fill in the cracks, and they'll become invisible.
Yeah.
But if they ever get it tested, and it's such a low budget stone, why would you spend $50 to test a $20 stone, you know? There's some real big jars over here. I don't think I've ever seen jars this big. $1,600.
A business card?
If you have the market, it should be easy to make your money back. Jalisco fire opals are actually pretty easy to cut, so even amateur cutters can do a pretty good job. There's a great story about this material. Royal Imperial Jasper. I can't share on YouTube. Love the rainbow agate. I mean the rainbow obsidian, excuse me. There's a lot of videos online of folks carving this material using silicon carbide. I wonder if silicon carbide just serves them cutting the material better, or if it's like, you know, just it's so much more affordable to use silicon carbide. But there's definitely some materials that cut better when you use silicon carbide over diamond. It's a nice piece of obsidian that they used natural scratches. They probably used an angle grinder and they just got really, you know, precise with it. Nice looking, maybe Aztec or Mayan influence. Is this your girlfriend?
No, that's my ex.
Very nice.
I think this one has a knot here.
Thank you, my friend. Here's some of the bigger boys here at the Denver show. There's some pieces 10 times larger during the Tucson show. And last year, a lot of folks had much bigger pieces, but it's a tough year for a lot of folks, so.
What were you teaching? I was teaching postdocs. Masters, doctorates.
I didn't see that until it was too late. This sucker was swinging and scaring me.
Now I stopped it now.
I don't want to touch it, but it's too late and now it's swinging around.
Well, yeah, like dysfunctional other things. Someone like me, what about it?
It's a nice set of wings. A lot of, oh, no pictures, my bad. All right, that was the gist of the outdoor tents. There was a lot of booths I didn't check out. The larger crystal tent didn't want any filming in there, and a lot of booths that I skipped are kind of just selling the same stuff as others that I did film. But definitely come check it out. Even if it was just this section that was open this year, I probably would have came down from Taos to check it out anyway. A lot of fun, a lot of great people. Alright, so here's a booth selling used lapidary gear, which is probably the videos that are most requested. Lots of really cool vintage stuff. These two flat laps are probably older than me. Is this an old Sears or something? Hard to tell. At smaller shows such as Buena Vista and just mom and pop gem shows throughout the United States, you can get stuff like this for close to $100. This one's only 200 bucks, and it looks like it has a really cool little fastening arm. But you could also do other stuff. Sometimes these older machines had attachments that you could put little vices on to use these as flat laps to make flat specimens of stones. But I love that old arm. Very cool. Ah, here's the vice I was talking about. So you can swing this over, twist this down, and so you don't have to hold the stone for 15 minutes if your lap is busted out and well used. It will hold it down for you. You can just walk away, come back. $4.25 for this big girl. Is it 8 inches? I think it's 10. 10 inches. 10 inches is actually not uncommon anymore. For a while, it was hard to find 10-inch laps. Now they're all over the place. I don't really know if you can get them at like Kingsley North, but like Jewels and Tools and a lot of foreign diamond lapidary sellers will have 10 inches easy. This, you could probably get a lap like this for under $20. This is a nice centrifugal casting machine. A lot of folks make these themselves, but I definitely wouldn't mind buying it. Centrifugal casting is a much cleaner version of casting compared to like Sander Tufa. $355. Not bad. Looks like it's never been used. Could be over 30 years old. I'm not really sure. I don't know much about casting equipment. So a lot of times at gem shows, at used and people that sell new lapidary equipment, you'll find tile saws. This is a 6-inch tile saw. It looks like a MK. Oh no, it's not. It's a 4-inch diamond tile saw. For $175, that is absolutely overpriced. But they get a lot of people on these tile saws since they bought the tile saw at a rock show from a lapidary vendor. Some people think this is probably the best tool for the job, but you can easily buy a 7.5-inch tile saw from Harbor Freight for 60 bucks and probably do a lot better than what you can do with this 4-inch. MK Diamond out of Canada are some great people, personal friends of mine, and they make great machines. So it's probably definitely better than the 4-inch Harbor Freight tile saw, but this is, you know, you can do lapidary on this, but for $175 you can easily get a 6, 8, or even 10-inch used tile saw elsewhere. This is cool. $369 for an old school Star Diamond lapidary unit. 3 wheels. I really like that they have the expendable belt on the outside. It's such a pain to take this apart when the expendable belt is on the inside of the machine. For $369, I gotta say it's not a bad deal. Looks like it's got a 6-inch saw on the side with a vise. And I'm sure they'd throw the lubricant in for free. Well, maybe not. It says $710. This Griffin looks like it's been used. $69. This is what I groove gemstones with. I put a bit on it like this instead of using the grinding bit, which is traditionally used for stained glass. And I run the stone around the side of this style blade Griffin bit, and you can get a nice groove on the inside of the cab for wire wrapping or for whatever you're going to be doing with it. I have one of these, and I really suggest everybody get one of these if you're into wire wrapping. You can do some super simple wire wraps. I have a couple videos of me using this little Griffin to make that groove around cabs. Check them out if you haven't done so already. I'll probably make a few more in the future. This is a lapidary wet belt sander. I know a lot of people who make knives like to work with this. This is an old Covington, $75, 8 inches. I believe the new ones can go for over $400, maybe even over $500. This looks like it's pushing 40 years old or more. People love to make knives with this. I should get this for Ruben Medina behind the Kachina. He would love it. These are some new rotary tumblers. $250 is not a bad price for this size. $345 for the 6-inch. Not bad, but you can find a lot of used 6 inches for between $50 and $80 during like the Tucson Gem Show at the Miners Co-op or at the Buena Vista Gem Show. So it's not a bad deal. High Tech is a very good company. I had the pleasure of being a sponsored artist with them and Cab King for a while, and they have great customer service. They will take care of you. So if you're into it, buy a High Tech for sure, especially if you're going to be using it a lot. I've bought vintage machines for like 40 bucks that I got maybe 2 weeks out of it before it just started to fall apart. So if you're not interested in fixing your stuff or don't have the know-how, go ahead and buy a High Tech. I love those guys so much. Some nice gold finding equipment. Ah, the Lotto tumbler. This one looks like it's a little bit older. It used to be called Uncle Tom's, I think. Yeah, it's still called Uncle Tom's. Howdy, y'all.
Hey, hey.
This is probably my favorite vibro tumbler in the industry, but there is a dealer at the Keno Electric Sports Park during the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show that sells a lot of these, and he has one that's about 60 years old and it still works. Love Lotto tumblers. They make a double barrel one nowadays, and you don't need to run both barrels to run this machine. So if you're looking for a rotary tumbler, check out the Uncle Tom. I love these guys. Looks like there's one machine over here I want to check out. Stroll to the other side. All right, here's a nice old vibratory tumbler. I don't know what brand this is. It could be an old Highland Park, but I'm not exactly sure. It could also be a Covington. It looks like it's 24, 26, or 28 inches. I'm not exactly sure. It has sold to Julie Wilson. She probably got it for a great deal. This felt feeling pad is what you would use for the final polishing. I do believe that you don't use this machine wet, but you use it dry for the final polish.
Probably, yeah, I'll be all right. Yeah, good to go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
This type of booth is the kind of booth that you want to get at during the first days of the gem show, because all of the good stuff sells super fast. This gentleman's been showing at the Denver Gem Show for many years. You're in Tucson at the Miners Co-op as well, right?
Yeah, I normally am in Tucson, but I don't do it. I'm just getting too old to drive all the way down there. So I'll be here. I'll be at Colorado Springs. I'll be at Buena Vista.
Next year, yeah.
Next
I
year.
missed it. I'm so sad that
Fort
didn't happen this year.
Yeah, if you have a chance, I know it's a ways. Fort Collins has a real small show, but it's high-end dealers. I mean, you get in there and you find stuff that you don't see anywhere else.
Oh, fantastic.
It's a pretty good show.
Thank you so much.
You got it.
So the gentleman says check out the Fort Collins show. High-end stuff over there. I've never been to the Fort Collins show myself.